Yep.
If the offense is in that much disarray and you don't have the right personnel out there, or at least the guys you feel should be out there, then I get calling the timeout. Do you agree with that or no?
Well, I feel like you have to be ready for all. As a head coach, you have to be ready for all situations. And so it's on you as the coach to make sure that your team is organized. And when you're in a situation like that where you want to milk as much clock as possible,
right.
Your defense just gave up a 75-yard drive for a touchdown. Even if you get in the end zone, which the Colts did, you're only up by a point, just a point, and so all Detroit has to do is get in field goal range.
Given the fact if you score.
Right, if you
At
score.
that point, you haven't scored yet.
True, this is true, but you should be organized as the head coach to make sure that the right plays are being called and the right personnel is on the field. You have a 40-second play clock in order to make sure that you get the right guys on. You're on the 12-yard line, a minute 15 to go.
Yep.
You have plenty of time at that time. If a play goes bad, you still get back to the line of scrimmage. Each incomplete pass, you stop the clock anyway.
Right.
So I felt like with better
second down at that point in the game.
Yep.
So
second down, you're around the 10-yard line. You have I just feel like you should be organized in that situation.
Well,
you should be organized in that situation, and you shouldn't need to call a timeout. Jim Caldwell was going to call a timeout. At least force them to burn one of theirs.
That's the
thing.
thing.
You didn't have to do that on your end.
That's the thing. Even Jim Caldwell, who we know likes to burn timeouts whenever he can anyway.
Yeah, we remember those days.
Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, let's hear from Chuck Pagano earlier today as he once again tried to explain the timeout situation, and he flat out said, guess what, Chuck?
No regrets. I wouldn't do anything different. We weren't guaranteed a touchdown. We were not in the end zone. So the first and foremost, to even give ourselves a chance, we have to score a touchdown. We're down 6 points. And in order to give ourselves an opportunity to send, the PAT unit out there and send Adam out there to kick the winning PAT, we've got to score a touchdown. We weren't guaranteed that. And so the most important thing at that time was to make sure that, we had the right personnel on the field and we had the best play available for that situation. More important than anything else. And so the whole time when we took over on that drive with 4:04 and we had 2 timeouts left, and as we crossed the 50 and we started getting closer, we were slowing things down. There was talk on the headset about taking time off, okay, and we snapped that last ball, I think, with a minute 40 on the clock, and then we took a timeout with, like you said, 75 seconds left in the game, a minute 15. And so, again, the most important thing to me and our football team and our offense was to have the very best play available. And you're not always guaranteed that, in a no-huddle, hurry-up type situation. We also had an opportunity still to get a first down.
Right.
And I'd hate to milk all the time off the clock. And, we don't hit Jack. Maybe Jack's covered in the back of the end zone on 3rd and 4, and we got to dump it off to Dorsett, and he maybe catch it on the 1-yard line.
Right.
Or Andrew has to scramble around and doesn't get in. Or we have first down. I'd like to have plenty enough time with 1st and goal from the 2 to run 4 plays if we needed 4 plays.
Right.
He's still talking, isn't he?
When he was asked about
how long was that?
That was a minute 47.
Yeah.
That was a minute 47. So he did his best. He did his best to explain the situation. But again, as a coach, you want to be organized in that situation. Unless there was complete chaos going on out there, and none of the players seemed to think that was the case when they were interviewed in the locker room yesterday. It's okay to be patient. Use that play clock. Make sure the right play is in. Make sure you're grabbing the right guy to get him on the field.
Be methodical
and go.
about everything.
Really
absolutely. Think through what they're doing.
You got to be, you be in the moment.
How spoiled is this area, though? Because for better part of 14 seasons, we saw Peyton Manning run this sort of thing.
Yeah.
To precision.
Yes.
And Tom Moore, they're doing their thing. Peyton's doing his thing. And
that's what
you wouldn't have worried in that situation.
No, and that's what you work for. That's what you strive for.
Right.
And Peyton, to his credit, he just thought about every single scenario in those type of situations.
We said it last night. He's so cerebral when you get out there, and I feel like what that offense was doing 10 years ago was all doctorate level stuff. This, I feel like, is maybe entry level college stuff.
And that's unfortunate because Andrew's a pretty smart guy.
Absolutely.
Andrew has a good feel for the game. And when Andrew gets in the rhythm, he knows what's necessary. He knows what his team needs to do.
Right.
And so,
and at that point, he was definitely in rhythm.
right. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, he had found it.
Right.
And guys were stepping up. I really liked what I saw. You know, Dante Moncrief is turning into, you know, most Colts fans' favorite wide receiver. Like, he's delivering on a consistent basis. Right. You know what T.Y. is going to give you. Philip Dorsett contributing with 2 big deep balls, making big grabs, and led the team in receiving yards yesterday. And Jack Doyle's in the offense. So there are all these weapons out there that Andrew has at his disposal. Even if Doyle didn't get his hand on the touchdown grab, Moncrief might have had it behind him.
Right.
Look,
and his arm was going back as if to get it, too.
Exactly. So trust those guys. It's the defense you have to be cautious about.
Was Dwayne? I didn't see Dwayne out there on that drive. Did you? We saw, obviously, Doyle was out there. And I'm curious
to my
as to why
recollection, I can't
Dwayne
remember.
wasn't out there. Anyway.